Hey, I'm Gfinder, and I've got one question. Is this you? Oh shit, fuck's sake. Oh shit, that wasn't meant to happen. Of course it's you. Why wouldn't it be? Anyway, I made a plugin that not only proves the wiki to be wrong in some respect, but will also up your game at Hueycoatl tenfold. And what is that plugin, I hear you say? That plugin is the Huey Helper. So what is the Huey Helper that I hear you ask? Well, the Huey Helper is an all-in-one tool that's going to help you go through your kills and track them every single step of the way. It comes with live fight stats. It shows you how many people are participating, how much damage you deal in both phases, whether you're solo or whether you're in a group. It also shows you if you've passed phase 1 or phase 2 to acquire a drop. It also shows you the rare drop rates that are actively calculated as you progress through your kill at the Hueycoatl. It shows you your session stats that shows kills an hour, your kills in total, average kill time and your fastest kill time. It also comes with a loot tracker to help you track the drops that you get and also tell you how much GP you've made based off grand exchange prices. It also comes with a session log that helps you log your kills as you progress. It also shows you extra information, and what is also handy is it dumps all of the information automatically to a CSV file, so you are able to go back through a spreadsheet and actively look through all the information. Every single one of those tabs is also collapsible, so you can customize it to how you want, whether you want them all open, all closed, or some open and some closed, just kind of, to let you see what you want to see. There's also an active overlay that plays throughout the game if you wish to have that, or there's also an info box that helps you track actively if you pass the kill phases and if you do enough damage to participate for drops. And lastly, in the settings, all of this is customizable so you can turn off or turn on whatever you want to see. Also, one little neat feature that I added is the panel font. You can choose from an array of different RuneScape based fonts and a Google font, just in case you might not want to look at a plain font. You can have the quill, you can have small, regular, bold. The choice is yours. Now you'll probably notice on the loot tracker it said I got 4 hides. That's because when I published the plugin, it had a slight bug where it only tracked the hide as 1 drop, not 3. That has been rectified and fixed. I've now just got to wait for that update to be published. Now I'm going to be honest, feel free to dip now if you don't want to stay any longer, because we're about to get a bit info dumpy. If you want to know a bit more information, stay tuned, because thanks to this plugin, it's going to change the way that we look at kill participation in Huey. But before we get into that, Chunky Geeza episode 6 is coming. If you want to get notified about that when it comes out, like, subscribe, drop us a comment. We're on 958 subscribers. We're nearly at 1,000. If I can get to that 1,000, I'd love you all forever. Let's get into it. Now, if you watched episode 5 of Chunky Geeza, you would have noticed the info box on my game as I was playing, kind of around the 1,000 kill mark. That's because that's when I started developing it. That's also the reason why I got 2,000 kills, because I wanted to stress test the plugin. That was back in March. I wasn't able to talk about it because I didn't want to kind of bring light to it without the approval yet. Now that it's been approved, here I am talking to you about it. Now, the reason why I started developing the plugin was actually not because I wanted to put a plugin out to the world. That came later. The reason I made the plugin is because I was convinced that the minimum 25 damage and the minimum 75 damage floor that you needed to just get a drop at the Huey was not absolutely correct. And here's what I found. So basically solo, obviously that doesn't really matter. You're doing all the damage anyway. In a group of 2, 3, 4 and 5, you have to meet both the minimums, but you're going to do that anyway because you're going to overdo the damage, it doesn't matter. Now in 6 and above, I actually believe that Jagex classes this as a mass, and they add some level of protection so that if you don't actually do the 75 damage, as long as you do the 25, you actually still get a drop. This is where that session logger came in, because I wanted to look back at all of my kills and the active tracked data for me to be able to see what damage I was dealing and what drops I'm getting. Now I'm only killing it with a rune mace. I shouldn't be able to get drops, and a lot of people at Huey do actually question me, are you even doing damage here? Now the reality is at the very beginning I just wasn't. That's why I was trying to focus on small groups, and in masses me getting drops was almost impossible. But if we look back at some of the tracked information that I have, you'll see some things. Take a look at kill 1873. There were 13 participants. I did 24 damage in phase 1, 55 damage in phase 2. I got 150 earth runes, but I also got a tome. I didn't hit 25 in phase 1 or 75 in phase 2. but I still got a drop. Now, if you take a look further down the board, you'll notice that I'm not even doing the full damage sometimes. The collective damage I'm doing is over 75 and I'm still getting a drop. That's what led me on to my next understanding. Now, the CSV does track failed kills. I needed that there for me to understand where I'm going wrong and why I went wrong. Now, I reckon two things are happening here when you're in a mass group. Now, a while ago, Jagex did an update where the cap for a drop is 1 in 20, which works out to about 5%. That's how it scales. And then after that, your participation percentage is what contributes to your drop. Now, I saw this as some kind of safety net, almost like a mass protection. My theory is, if you either hit 25 on phase 1 or you collectively hit 75, you are then qualified for a drop. Now, the way that the plugin tracks your damage dealt is based off of the experience drop you get from hit points, because that's the same across the board. The way it calculates off that is the same for any attack style, any combat style. So long as you hit one of those two mass protection markers that I mentioned, it'll always round you up to 5% so you qualify for a kill. Now, with that information, let's take a look at the spreadsheet. 1874 kill count, there were 17 people. I managed to do 26 damage in phase 1, 24 damage in phase 2, and I got a 5% drop, which is the minimum 150 earth runes. So if we look a little bit further down, you'll notice that kills 1875 and 1876, I didn't even qualify for the 25 damage on phase 1. And I also didn't qualify for the damage on phase 2 either, but collectively those two numbers equal over 75, thus giving me a 5% drop. Now, this to me proves that Jagex added that sort of mass protection mechanic as a way to make it so everybody's actually getting something from the kill, whether they do enough or not. Obviously, if you don't hit those two markers, you just won't get anything. Hence why my spreadsheet says failed. And just to clarify, when I say 5% drop, I'm referring to the contribution, because that's how the Huey drop is calculated. This also kind of ties in with the 95% reduction if you don't hit the 25 damage to the body, which again results in your drop being reduced to 5%. If you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of an informative one, I know. Obviously, let me know how you found the Huey Helper. Any additions, just let me know in the comments, or put submissions through GitHub. Any issues, put that through GitHub as well so I can rectify them. I'm sure I may have missed something. I hope you enjoy using Huey Helper, and I hope it helps you just as much as it does help me in the series of the Chunky Geeza. Anyway, I need to return there now because we've still got kills to get and I still haven't got that pet. Before we go, let's shout out those channel members. We have Ben Kimber and Prifting coming in at the Chunkier Geezers tier, and we have Extreme Gnome at the Geezers tier. If you too would like your name to be read out at the end of the video and have early access to videos as they get released, why not consider hitting that join button and becoming one of the Geezers. Thanks again to the channel members, and also thanks to you for watching. I shall see you very soon.